Hey crafty friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kelly Wicker and I'm so excited to have you here today. Today we're diving into some card making fun with Spellbinders' newest star, Rocky the Dancin Yeti. Get ready for snowy vibes, playful details, and a step-by-step on bringing this little guy to life. Let's jump right in. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to keep up with all the crafty fun. Alright y'all, for today's card project, I'm thrilled to introduce a brand new release from Spellbinders. Meet Rocky the Dancin Yeti from the Monster Friends collection. Spellbinders was kind enough to send me this super cute die set to create with, as I am an affiliate through Spellbinders. What that means is that I receive products to showcase, and if you make a purchase using my affiliate links, I earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. So to bring Rocky to life, I'll also be using Spellbinders A2 Matting Basics A die set. I'll be using the largest die in the set to create today's card panel. And then we'll be using the Color Block SCENIC SCAPE die set to create today's snow. And then for the sentiment, we'll be using the Simon Hurley's Wonderful Winter Sentiment set. This is a hot foil plate and it comes with the matching die. I've used this a few times in my videos and I love it a lot, so I'm using it again today. And I just love when Spellbinders has the matching die with this. It makes it really easy to cut out. No fussy cutting around here. So, and then one more thing, we will be using the Spellbinders Flurry of Snowflakes 3D embossing folder. Plus I'll have a few other fun elements lined up to add even more texture, dimension, and winter magic to the design. So stay tuned and I'll walk you through each step to see how it all comes together. Before we get started, I wanted to show you the card we'll be making today. This is the one we're actually going to be making. I had a few requests to make a white Yeti, so that's exactly what I did. I even asked my friends on my Facebook page to vote on whether they preferred the blue Yeti or the white Yeti. And the votes came in favor of a white one. Well, because Yetis are white, so that makes sense. So this one over here, I went off the packaging, on the Spellbinders packaging. So that's why this guy's blue. But he's really cute too. So Rocky the Dancin Yeti is just as adorable in white. And I love the background on this card. I love how it turned out. It really highlights his snowy look. Let me bring him in again. I'm not sure if you can see the sparkle on that snow, but it's really pretty. I'm so excited to walk you through each step to bring Rocky to life in this design. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the card making fun, y'all. I went ahead and did all the die cutting for Rocky off camera and have all the pieces stored in my craft stack tray off to the side. My waffle flower grip mat is set up and ready to go, so we can jump straight into the next steps. I'm using my embellishment wand to transfer all the pieces onto the mat so we can jump right into coloring. Since I don't have a lot of colored cardstock in my stash, I like to create my own shades with my Copics. It's a fun way to get just the colors I want. Let's start coloring, y'all. There are actually only a few pieces we need to color here, since like I mentioned, Rocky's going to be mostly white. Just a few accents to bring him to life. Do y'all like to color your die cuts like this, or do you prefer using colored cardstock? One of these days, I'm definitely going to treat myself to some Gina K designs, or Concord and 9th cardstock, or maybe even Spellbinders, or all three. Let me know in the comments below. What's your favorite colored cardstock to use? This technique is really easy to do and it's honestly so much fun. It lets you get creative with your colors and gives you full control over each piece. Plus it's a great way to customize your die cuts if you don't have the exact color cardstock you need. Just a few simple strokes and you can bring your project to life. I'm using a lipstick red Copic marker to color the scarf and add a pop of brightness. I love how this set includes so many fun pieces to customize the Yeti. There are horns, antlers, and even a hat. It's such a versatile set, and it makes each version of Rocky unique. These are the horns which I used on one of my other cards, but I'm not using them on this one. I figured I'd change it up a little bit. I figured I'd go ahead and color them anyway so they're ready to go for another project, especially since I already cut them out. It's always handy to have a few extras on hand. I'm using raw silk to color in Rocky's hands, feet, face, and belly. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have used my grip mat for coloring. I think my markers might be staining it. Oops, lesson learned for next time. Good thing I have a couple other waffle flower grip mats on hand. Just finishing up coloring his belly here. At least that's what I think it is. I almost forgot about it. I was contemplating leaving him all white, but nah. A little color adds some nice contrast and makes him even cuter. Let's go ahead and color the hat now. Make sure to color the edges of the die cut too. That's important. It really helps give the piece a finished, polished look and adds a nice touch of depth. Now for the eyes. I'm coloring them in black to really make them pop and give Rocky that adorable, expressive look. These will go on the little white round circles that I popped out of his face earlier, so stay tuned for that. It's time for the antlers. I really wanted to use them on this card because they are just so cute. I'm going in with a brown marker called Walnut to give them a natural, cozy look that pairs perfectly with Rocky's winter vibe. Alright y'all, let's start piecing Rocky together. I'm grabbing my Barely Arts glue. It's perfect for these small die cut pieces because it's precise and holds well. Rocky is such a fun character to put together, and it's amazing how he starts coming to life with each piece we add. This part is one of my favorites because you really get to see his personality take shape. Piece by piece, we're putting Rocky together. Looking back, I really didn't need my grip mat for this. I could have just done it all on my glass mat. It would have been so much easier to clean up. I absolutely love my Glassboard Studio glass mat because it cleans up so easily and it's perfect for projects like this. I love Spellbinders dies because they make assembly so simple. They have these helpful edged lines on each piece so you know exactly where everything goes. It's such a thoughtful detail, making it easy to align everything perfectly and bring Rocky to life without any guesswork. I'm piecing on the eyes now, and this is exactly what I was talking about earlier when I was coloring them in. You can really see his face start to take shape here. It's amazing how just adding these eyes brings so much personality to Rocky. I'm trying to be super careful here to avoid getting glue where it doesn't belong. The eyes are such tiny pieces, just a little dab will do, and it really makes a difference in keeping everything neat and tidy. You can see why I wanted to make Rocky white. Like I mentioned before, Yetis are usually white, and it just fits this card design perfectly. The blue Yeti is still fun, but the white version just feels more true to character and makes more sense to me for this wintry look. I wanted to show you the cards one more time so we can compare them side by side. It's fun to see the difference between the blue and white Yetis and how each color gives a unique feel to the design. Let's bring in the cute little antlers. They are just so fun and add such a playful touch. Then we'll pop on the hat, making sure the antlers are positioned just right so everything lines up perfectly. Rocky is really coming together now. Just adding the finishing touches to the hat and then gluing it down. It's the perfect detail to bring Rocky's look together. He's almost ready to go, y'all. Once you know where all the pieces go, Rocky is surprisingly easy to put together. I added the fang, his tooth, to his mouth for a little extra character, but I decided to skip the nose. You can see that small rounded piece right there. It's right above my right hand. That's the nose. I thought he looked just perfect with the fang alone, so I didn't feel like the nose was necessary. And if you're ever unsure about how everything should line up, Spellbinders has detailed assembly instructions on their website. It's such a helpful resource to make sure every piece is right where it belongs, especially if you're working with a new die set. I pieced together the arms, and now it's time to add that cute little red hat we colored earlier. It's such a fun pop of color, and it really brings Rocky's whole look together. Just a little bit of glue and he's almost complete. Now it's time to add the hands and feet. These little details really bring Rocky to life and give him so much personality. Just a few more dabs of glue and he's almost all set. Let's go ahead and piece together his hands and feet now. These final touches add so much character to Rocky, making him look even more lively and ready for some winter fun. Just a few more careful placements. It's almost complete. Now it's time to add Rocky's cozy scarf and that adorable little mug of cocoa we created earlier. These final details bring so much personality to him, making him look irresistibly charming and totally winter ready. I have to say, I'm not sure exactly how long it took me to piece him together, but the whole process was such a joy. Every little step brought him closer to life, and adding these finishing touches completes his look perfectly. From his cute little scarf to the tiny cocoa mug, each piece adds so much character and warmth. Rocky's now all set to spread some cozy cheer, and I couldn't be happier with how he turned out. It was a fun and surprisingly easy project from start to finish, and seeing him come together like this just makes me smile. Alright, y'all, check him out. Rocky is all pieced together and looking absolutely adorable. Take a moment to admire his cozy scarf, little mug of cocoa, and all those charming little details. Now that Rocky's ready, let's start putting the background together to complete the scene. It's time to start blending our background, y'all. I trimmed down this card panel using the largest die from the A2 Matting Basics A die set. And now we're ready to create a beautiful winter scene. For this, I'm using Distress Oxide inks in Uncharted Mariner, Mermaid Lagoon, and Salvaged Patina. I saw someone use these colors in a video recently. I want to say it was Mindy Egan. I remember watching a video recently. I watched it the other day. It was from a year or two ago, but I watched it the other day, and I thought they'd be perfect backdrop for Rocky the Yeti. Blending with Distress Oxide inks is a dream because they are so creamy and blendable. They are water reactive, which helps create smooth, seamless transitions between colors, and you can go back and forth over areas to soften any lines. This blend of wintry blues will create the perfect frosty look for our background. Yay, it's splatter time! Today I'm using Spellbinders Splatter White to create snowy splatters on our card panel. Splattering is always so much fun, and this splatter white is perfect for adding that snowy touch to our wintry background. It really brings the scene to life with a frosty feel. I sprayed my little jar of splatter white with a bit of water to get it to the perfect consistency for splattering. This jar is just so tiny that I can already tell I'll need to restock soon, but honestly, it's totally worth it. The splatter white creates the most beautiful, delicate snow-like splatters, which are perfect for adding that wintry touch. I'm using a paintbrush from my stash to apply the splatters. And to keep things tidy, I've set up my Tim Holtz splat box to contain the mess. I love splattering. It's such a fun and creative step that adds so much personality and texture to the card. The snowy splatters really bring this background to life and give it that frosty, festive feel. It's one of those finishing touches that make a big difference in the overall look of the card. Now I'm drying the splatters with my heat gun and paper towel to speed things up. Let's grab our embossing folder and run it through the Platinum 6 die cutting machine. This will add a fun extra touch of texture to our card panel. Check out this stunning background. And as a little bonus, I had some leftover mica on my embossing folder from another project. Have you ever tried these sanding discs from Tim Holtz? They are fantastic. They are perfect for bringing out the details in the embossed snowflakes, adding just the right amount of texture to make them pop and come to life. So fun. Now we're just adding the snow to the card panel. It's the perfect final touch to complete our wintry scene. Getting out our score buddy to prep our note card and our paper trimmer. I'm scoring it at 4 1/4 for a side-folded design today. I've been enjoying side-folded cards lately as a nice change from my usual top-folded note cards. It's time to stand up and line up our card panel with the card base, using the Spellbinders tape runner for secure hold. This will ensure everything is perfectly aligned for a polished, finished look. Have you ever used Distress Rock Candy or Distress Grit Paste Snowfall? Today we're finally trying it out on our card. I've had these products in my stash for a while, but haven't had a chance to use them. So I thought this winter card would be the perfect opportunity. Adding these will bring extra texture and sparkle, creating a beautiful snowy effect that makes the card feel even more magical. I can't wait to see how it turns out. It's such a fun way to enhance the wintry vibe and add some dimension to our design. I'm adding Distress Rock Candy on top of the snow for extra sparkle. This adds a whole lot of sparkle. And the nice thing is, once it's all dry, I think it takes about 30 to 40 minutes to dry depending on the thickness. But if the sparkle doesn't fall off, which is awesome. I bought these round foam adhesives years ago at Hobby Lobby, and honestly, I can't remember if they still carry them since it was so long ago, but they are the perfect choice for this project because of the thickness of the foam. It adds just the right dimension to make Rocky look like he's dancing. I love finding a use for supplies I've had tucked away for ages. I'm just placing a few of these foam pieces on the back of Rocky here, giving him some height off of the card panel. You'll see his legs start to move here shortly, adding such a fun interactive element to the card that really brings Rocky to life. I thought I'd grab my Wink of Stella pen to add just a bit more sparkle and then place the sentiment at the top of the card. I thought Let It Snow was the perfect touch for this wintry theme. And with that, this card project is done. What do y'all think? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. So thank you all so very much for watching. I love how this turned out. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed seeing Rocky the Dancin Yeti come to life on this wintry card. If you had fun or got inspired, please give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more crafty projects. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you'd like to see more interactive card designs like this. Until next time, happy crafting and stay cozy, y'all. Ciao for now.